Hey guys, been a little while. Back to the old format for a moment. My computer, while working great, is predisposed at the moment. So I would just wanted to do a quick. Wow, the windows really blew out behind me. Well, you know what? That's fine. Works as a nice, bright, happy background. Um, yeah, it's been about a month. A lot of things have happened. There's not all that much to say in terms of the hypocrisy. I mean, that Time magazine article dropped, and that pretty much they're just coming right out in the open and saying what they did, and the people defending it have really some sort of cognitive dissonance developed or something in order to justify what was done. And I don't know how YouTube's going to handle this because officially you're not allowed to say what Time Magazine said. I mean, they framed it in a good way, but it's factually for things that they were talking about. A lot of this stuff had been said before, but just for them to just come right out in the open and talk about it in such a coordinated manner, it's bizarre. But it shows you that one of two things. One, these people really do think that they're saving the world, which are the scariest type of people, because those are the people who cause the most destruction. Sorry, they do. When they're working for the greater good and they have to manipulate and lie, cheat, and steal, and they think that that's the way to get the best outcome, ends justifying the means. Those people inevitably destroy. So that's one thing. It doesn't mean they're not heartless, but it also means that they're radicalized in a way that it's going to be very, very tough to break people of that, because it's almost like a guilt thing where it's like now they've been told and they're admitting to what they did, but they're being told by their handlers, or I should say by the people who benefit from it, that no, it's okay that you did this. So they have to justify what they did, even though it was bad. And that's the only way they can cope with it. Because if they come around to the realization that, oh my God, we did something actually really horrid, that just won't fly. It's the same reason why you see the impeachment pressure and the what's it the thing where they're looking to arrest Trump supporters and do all this stuff and make sure like all that extremist stuff. And yeah, I see that from some people who I just quietly watch on Facebook. Um, it's it's scary. Those are not the type of people who should be in charge of anything. And one of the worst parts about it is that they're not the ones who are going to go round up the people they think they don't pay for it. Whoever it is who's the basically the muscle goes and enforces the social dictates or laws or whatever you want to call it that they want, and those people pay for it, and the people it's enforced upon pay for it as well, obviously, because they're obviously the victims. But it's it's disturbing, but at the same time, a lot of people are waking up to see what we're up against, including moderates. This whole GameStop thing, I'm quite encouraged by the amount of people who just got straight up red pilled from that. Even with Reddit's Super Bowl ad, because remember Reddit banned the Donald. They're a left wing organization. They're trying to keep a certain narrative, but they couldn't keep on some people who were operating under the radar, and then all of a sudden they got famous, and the public opinion shifted very heavily towards in favor of Wall Street bets, and then Reddit starts to act like, oh yeah, we're for the little guy. We have principles. We stand with them. No, it's just that they got too popular and too cool, and you decided to basically grift. And yeah, they were using your platform, but the same people on there were people from the Donald and whatnot. It's the little guy. It's the revolution of the little guy, the small money, basically uh, trying to make it in this messed up world. And it's just kind of funny, but at the same time that's a good thing, because that means the average person, the populism, it's getting a lot more traction because it's cool. And when you're a part of that, or you had witnessed that, and then you see the media come out in a coordinated manner trying to basically save the hedge funds, and they're calling Wall Street bets alt right and doing all this stuff, and people who are there on the ground, because they're either, some of them are neutral, some of them are left wing, and then all of a sudden they see the media in a coordinated manner come out to lie to them to protect the powerful. Suddenly it's like, well, yeah, but you took that you took all your information you got from Donald Trump from these people about Donald Trump. You got from these people your opinions, and your view of the world has been shaped by these people on all these other subjects. It's exactly like the thing I've been talking about before, where I'm shocked gamers don't, in general, stray right wing, because or perhaps they do, and that's something, at least maybe the mouthpieces aren't, but maybe the average gamer is, because you see what happens when the media lies about something you know intimately, and then it's like the facade, and then all of a sudden, you really have to check yourself when you read something else that you don't know about from them, and you go, oh, I that makes sense. You just kind of believe it because you don't know any better. It's not saying everything is lied about, but they're faking it all the time. These reporters, they don't write articles on things they're intimately familiar with, and the ones who do often are basically, they have an agenda. And the more people realize that, whether it's basically through this Wall Street Bets thing, or through the election, or through game journalism, or comic journalism, or movie reviews, or something, the more people learn that, that's a huge red pill. And it means that basically the rest of us can all talk to each other, because then we don't have a media mouthpiece speaking for us. But it's tough. Parler's still not back online. That at this point is their fault. I'm very disappointed with the way they handled the momentum they had. They seem to have squandered it. It doesn't matter if they went to Poland or someplace. They should have been able to find a place to host the website. And had they hosted the website, and it was up and running, then the people they'd be able to raise the money to then go after Apple and go after Google, and then actually get some work done. But they've kind of fumbled the opportunity they had because it was tough. Granted, they are the victims, but they did not deliver in ways that they could have. And I think that's down to probably inexperience. And by inexperience, I just mean they didn't have the safety nets in place for what if this happens to us, which the average Joe doesn't have, because we don't have the time or the resources. But when you're building a multi-million-dollar company, you should have not only plan B, but plan C and plan D, and know that basically, especially after seeing what happened in the election, the world's stacked against you. And it's you have to basically do what Gab did, and only Gab, the founder, they're goofy. Gab's weird. They have weird rules on their platform, but they got canceled, but they're still around. And if they probably had not been as controversial is not the right word, but unpleasant. I didn't like their app when I was using it, when it even was available, and then their website, and I haven't been back there in a while. But I'm probably going to start using it again because Parler's gone. Parler was excellent. And then, of course, because it was, basically replacing Twitter, the big guys all coordinated to censor the, it's about money, but it's not just about money. It's about the power. They don't care if everybody's wealth is cut in half, as long as they still have the power they have. That's why the whole, we need a wealth tax and all this other stuff. The money is not the problem. The power is the problem. Money is a consequence often of power. It's supposed to be a reward for competence, but that's not really how it's been treated now. Now, because basically you have a printing press that can just print money, money then becomes essentially it becomes a power struggle. And we see this with the hedge funds, and with Robinhood app, and with these big tech people coordinating, and with articles like the Time Magazine article. It's all to do with power. So I was just gonna check in. I'm gonna do a video right after this. I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's going on with SpaceX and the new Asterisk administration. And that'll be that. So catch you guys later.